Hi Capricorn, my name's Lorraine and welcome to my channel Sun Moon Star Free Tarot. This reading is for the remainder of October and it is for your Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus signs. And if you're unsure what yours are, then you can go online and search up a free astrology birth chart report. All you need is your time and location of birth to do so. And this is to accurately determine your rising sign basically. That's why you need your time and location of birth. So I'll just dive straight into your reading. I wasn't going to pull like these bottom cards, but like when I was doing the pre-shuffle and things, they just tied so well into these other cards. And I thought, no, do you know what, I'm going to do them, but I'll try and get through them a bit quicker so that the time is still the same. So basically you've got here, up here, you've got the Scorpion animal spirit, and you've got a higher power, which is card number 4. That is your angels that are with you, and they are basically, they're coming in here, I think, basically to acknowledge that they want to bring peace into your life, but they're wanting you, I don't know if you can notice there on the camera, but on the angel's forehead is a key lock, basically. Is that a key lock? A keyhole? Couldn't think of that then. It's on his forehead is like a keyhole, and I feel like this is them asking you to place your attention on inward focus, how you feel inside, how you're thinking inside, what you're thinking, what you're feeling. And it ties into this Swan card for you to reflect on these and basically journal your feelings basically, because it will bring you to this place of peace. And the peace card is card 23, and that's like 5, and because you're, basically what they're telling me is you're going through a time of change and uncertainty with it adding up to 5, and it's like this change and uncertainty and you focusing inward and on your thoughts and on your deepest, like darkest feelings. And I say deepest, darkest because the Scorpion is quite a dark card. Deepest, darkest feelings, because that is where, once you focus it, you reflect on it, you write it out, it will basically bring you peace within. So the Scorpion card, its keywords are passionate, competitive, and tends towards isolation. So I'm not saying, I kind of feel like Capricorns are passionate and competitive, but it's more the determined side of the Scorpion. The Scorpion is a passionate and determined creature. Their career is very important to them. Likewise, Capricorns are so hardworking, as they are a few, wait there, their career is very important to them, as are a few select friends. Sometimes the Scorpion's heat festers and they focus on an unresolved event from the past, and this is what this all ties into. Usually a situation where they were left feeling burned. The Scorpion card says it's time to come clean about your feelings so everyone can heal and you can get back to your usual fiery but fun self. So this card has come out basically because it wants you to go inward focus, it wants you to reflect on your feelings in a time when you're going through changing uncertainty. And the bear talks about like waking from slumber, now from hibernation, but to me it's like maybe you're having an awakening, now you're wakening up to seeing like how you can resolve whatever it is that you're facing basically. But the Scorpion card, when it's in balance, it will feel wild and free and fierce. And when out of balance, jealous, resentful and unresolved. Unresolved is a key word here. And to bring back into balance is honesty and forgiveness. And honesty and forgiveness for yourself, maybe for others, but it's mostly for self. You may forgive others, but you don't forget things, but you may forgive so that you can forgive for yourself inside yourself. Because when you're not forgiving other people inside yourself, and it's resentment and like lower feelings, it's basically inside you, it's going to eat you up. It's not the other person or the other situation or whatever that's going to eat you up. It's going to eat you up, because it's the feelings that are residing within yourself, and that's why the inward focus is this big, like, basically, it's a key ingredient basically for you to find this peace. So this bear is just awoken from spiritual slumber. I actually wanted to read what the bear said for you. So the bear says, waking from spiritual slumber and beginning anew. And that is just like so good, because that ties in with peace. Now, like, once you find peace, you will be able to begin anew. After a long winter, the bear arises from deep slumber. At first the movement and effort are difficult. So that's like that chaos and conflict here. So at first it will be difficult, and it'll feel chaotic, and you'll feel conflicted inside yourself, because it's so uncertain, the change that you're going through. Now the feeling inside you is just so, I just don't feel certain about this, do you know what I mean? So where did I get to there? At the first movement and effort are difficult, but the bear knows it's time to awaken and move towards the dawning light. The bear card represents an individual on the cusp of a new directions and personal transformation. That's that inward focus, is going to be your personal transformation. And like peace is basically like death and rebirth in a way as well, do you know what I mean? So the initial weeks and months of this spiritual quest may feel tricky, cumbersome and full of obstacles, but you have no choice, bear. Winter wanes and the warmth of spring emerges, and your transformation begins. We're in balance, inner strength and yearning to grow. So when in balance, you will feel the inner strength to look towards this swan card and reflect within yourself. The swan is reflecting itself on the water, and you will reflect within yourself, and you will do this journaling to get all these deepest, darkest feelings inside you out onto paper or anything, do you know what I mean? Could even, like, after you've wrote them, you can burn them, and it gives your worries away to like the universe and source and things. When out of balance though, you may feel like you want to withdraw, you may feel lethargic or heaviness, and that is like on the opposite end of peace. You would feel like the feeling that you may be feeling the noise, that change and uncertainty, that's that feeling. But to bring into balance is movement and exercise, and this movement can be like you shifting your head to be able to face reflecting. It can also be actually getting up and exercising. It might make you feel good when you come back later on. And when movement and exercise basically gets your head, you know, like it clears the dust and the cobwebs for your mind and all that, and kind of like makes you feel like a bit more, like you have more clarity basically. So when this bear is awakened from slumber, this is what you're going to feel like, this chaos and conflict. But this chaos and conflict, as you can see, kind of looks like a giraffe here. But underneath this bit of giraffe is like, it's like his coat is starting to like, what do you call that, like it's all breaking away, and underneath it you can see that it's really a zebra. And look, you've got the zebra over here, so like you can see like how much you're going to grow through like what I'm going to tell you through this reading. So it's like, it might feel like chaos and conflict, the thought of like doing this inner reflecting and going this inward focus, but it's going to start taking off that sting that you feel with the Scorpion card. Now, like, you're trying to work hard on things, but like there's always like that feeling that you're thinking about something that's burned you for the past. And then the Swan card, you've got, for the wisdom of the oracle, you've got the Observer to clarify it. And that is like you observing your own inner thoughts and feelings. Now that inward focus again. But sorry, I meant to say card 33 is like a master number, and that is like a master teacher. It's that Christ consciousness number. It's like your ascended masters and things like that. So maybe you might want to call upon some ascended masters for like their help and assistance for you basically facing this time. But on the other hand to that, joy and harmony and humour and being creative and like beginning new things is also like keywords that would represent 33. But so the observer is card 49, so that's 9 add 4, that's 13. So when you reflect on this and you observe what's going on inside you, and he's looking up to the moon, and what is the moon? The moon in your astrology chart, the moon represents like how we feel inside, so our most private inner thought, feelings and thoughts. And this fox here is observing them. So you would be observing what it is that you're feeling inside, reflecting it and writing it down to basically release them. And that would bring that, like the number is death, so that makes sense. And then the death basically is you, with the frog spirit, is you doing this emotional cleansing and purging by writing them all out basically. And when you do that, you will start, you might feel like parts of you are being took away, but you're not realising that when parts of these are getting took away from your body, they're actual building blocks for like your new beginning. Do you know what I mean? And this card is card 28. Card 28, 2 add 8 is 10. And 10 means that by you doing this, you're literally coming to an end of a cycle. You're coming to an end of this purely, this uncertainty and change and things. And then this building blocks card ties into this spider card, because what you're doing when you're like building a web, a spider's building a web, he's like building a bit at a time for him to get a big full web. It's like it doesn't start off like that, do you know what I mean? So that's that building blocks. And what it is he's building through is like, see things that's happened in the past, and obviously your decisions, other people's decisions, and they're like past life things, and they're like we've got to work on our karma to basically, and when we work on our karma, it's like dharma, so you're getting good dharma basically for working on this, which is you resolving all your past karma. And this brings this change in the wind. A change in the wind is like basically like completely, you feel like everything's changed dead fast now, like it'll feel so good for you, do you know what I mean? And it's card number 12. To me, that's like you having a change in perspective, like that hangman number 12, but then we'll bring it down again and it's number 3, and it will make you feel, this change in the wind will make you feel like so harmonious inside. It will make you feel like you have a real feeling of like joy and fun in your friendships, and like your communication with other people, and even your self-expression. And you'll probably find that your enthusiasm for life will be absolutely fucking crazy, amazing out this world, because the next card you've got milk and honey. And milk and honey is one of the best cards basically. It's just saying that anything you desire, you will get it. But like the ego card up here, it's kind of like the reason why all this is happening is because the divine is basically, or your spirit guides, angels, whatever you believe in, they are basically throwing you into the karmic fire. They're wanting you, they're not even wanting you, they're saying, right, it's time for you to do this, because we don't want you to feel all this chaos and conflict and all this uncertainty and horrible feelings and loss and lack and all these feelings. We want you to have this milk and honey. And card 51 adds up to 6, and 6 is, do you know why you would get this milk and honey? Because number 6 is because you have reflected and observed your innermost thoughts and feelings and purged these with the frog and had true compassion for yourself, and all these bits have all come away, but even though they've come away from your body, they're just building a more stabler foundation because she's learned how to cleanse them from her and purge them from like she's holding her hip and her head as if she's looking off into like the distance somewhere. So it's kind of like, I'm just kind of feeling like the way she's holding her hip as if it's like solar plexus and things in your sacral chakra that will be unblocked, and that will just bring out this creative spark inside you and all your confidence and all these different things in our head. I'm feeling like your third eye, this is your third eye opening, like you're having a real spiritual awakening, and I don't think you're aware of it yet. So that was like really, I thought that was really good. So I did. All your cards are being pre-shuffled, and I've cut the decks with all of them, and at the bottom of this deck you've got the Five of Pentacles. So this is you feeling like, to me it's like feeling like despair kinda. She looks like she's got despair here. Oh look, but like the keys here, and on the higher power card they've got the key in the on the angel's forehead. The key lock, is it the key lock? The keyhole. That's the key lock, that's like, do you know what I mean? But so in this despair, that's where you find the key by going that inward focus. So good, isn't it? That all ties in. But let's see. Why is the bear here for Capricorn? Why is the bear here for Capricorn angels? Spirit guides. Why is the bear here for Capricorn? The bear's here because you're going through a Five of Swords. That's that chaos and conflict. That literally sums up what that meaning. The Five of Swords is feeling like, basically you're feeling so conflicted and uncertain it's unreal. It's like basically trying to surrender to like some sort of change, and it's hurting your head the thought of even thinking about it. At the bottom of the deck part there's a judgment card here, and look at the card. Oh my god, like she's literally releasing parts of herself to the universe. That's that, releasing parts of yourself in this card. Releasing the thoughts, the thoughts and feelings that you've journaled about and you've cleansed and purged. That's the purging. That's the releasing, the surrendering it to like to your angels, to the universe, whatever. Why is this one card here for Capricorn? Why is this one card here for Capricorn? You've got Tower in reverse. So like the Tower in reverse is like, maybe you're trying to, basically, it's like unexpectedly having to do this or something, I'm feeling. Like it might be like resisting it as well, but if you try and resist the Tower, it's going to come in no matter what. This could be in Scorpio season that you do this, because the Tower is a Scorpion card. And Scorpion up there as well, so you could, this could all like start, basically, you might start dealing with all this in Scorpio season. That's the middle of November, roughly, to the middle of December. So basically, but the Tower is kind of like, there's something that's been really destructive, and it's just basically, it's a hard time where you're feeling really uncertain about everything, and it's really unexpected change that you're facing. Maybe that's why it's so chaotic here with this chaos and conflict. Maybe that's why it's so chaotic for you. At the bottom of the deck part you've got the Three of Pentacles. This speaks about like working together with other people. So see if you feel like you're finding it really hard to cope with reflecting on the feelings, thoughts, situations, events, things, anything like that. Maybe you should look into working with other people. Other people could be like counsellors or things like that as well. Or it could be like a good friend or family member that you can trust. So why is the frog here for Capricorn? Why is the frog here for Capricorn? Angels and spirit guides. Why is the frog here for Capricorn? The frog's here for Capricorn because once you do this, after it you will have like this brand new beginning, like passionate beginning. It could be like passions and ideas, it could be projects, it could be like really good news to you. Maybe it's really good news to you that you've worked your way through this because you were so daring to face it. Because the Ace of Wands is like so daring. It's like, I dare you to do that. Do you think you could do that? I dare you. I triple dare you. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and when somebody triple dares you, what do you do? I mean, you don't go like that, no bother and walk away. You kind of go like that, well, you triple dare me, do you? I right, no bother, I'd take that on. Do you know what I mean? And when you accept that challenge, it's like, you're just like, I don't know, it might feel like even you listening to me just saying this, now like being a bit fun and whatever, but it will give you fire in your belly because I'm saying I triple dare you to go and face yourself like this. Do you know what I mean? But it's basically saying that you will have good news, or you will feel good after it, and you will have a good new beginning. Now you'll feel good in this new beginning, and it basically, by you taking initiative and like going, God, do you know what? I've got the willpower, I've got the empowerment inside me and the enthusiasm to basically, it's like, because you know that if you deal with like all the emotional things that you've got going on inwards, you know that when you take the initiative, basically, you're going to feel inspired again. You're going to, that inspiration is like, the fire is in your mind, that's that passion about things. It's like all these different seeds of potential, and like different things will all start like creeping out the woodwork because you've left all that. Like the Scorpion, when it works hard, but at the same time, its thoughts always start going to things that it's thinking about that's hurt them in the past, and that's that sting in the tail when they want to sting. Do you know what I mean? But look, that new beginning after a time of feeling completely, totally and utterly heartbroken. It's like so heartbroken. It's like such a painful time, basically, I'm feeling like you've went through. It's just kind of like your opportunity to heal. This is your opportunity to purge and heal. Why is the Spider card here for Capricorn? Right, we get 2 cards here. So this is you, the 10 of Wands. This is you putting your burdens down. Packing your bags and putting your burdens down. I'm not saying you're packing your bags and leaving to go anywhere, but it's you saying, I'm done with feeling like this horrible crappy way. I'm done with it. And you're basically on the road to basically feeling like the world is that completion. And what did I get? What one was it? I got completion? No, here. What card was it again? This one. Building blocks 28, that was talking about completion. So there you're completing up in there, and to clarify these, you've got the world, and that is completion. This will make you feel whole and complete once you face this burden. This is the heavy burden that you're facing, and the Spider is helping you work through it. The Spider works hard. It's like really working through this burden so that you can complete this cycle, wrap it all up, purge it all out, get rid of it. It's like the energy's coming out the top of your head. It's like, that's that purging, and it eventually, once you wrap up the cycle, it's like you'll feel whole and complete again. And you've got a change in the winds as well, so you might be going away travel somewhere, changing the winds. Because she's packing her bags as well, but I'm not saying that you're going travelling, but you could be thinking about it, because the world is like travelling too. And at the bottom of the deck, you're thinking about it. So you're still thinking about facing this burden, but you're thinking about travelling maybe, am I right? But yeah, I'm right. Right, so, but that is you finding the clarity. Sorry, the Ace of Swords is you finding the clarity to basically find, to go in basically. You'll find clarity by going within, and that's that light shining through, that's that clarity, that crystal clear moment. It's all, everything all coming out basically. So why is the ego here for Capricorn? Why is the ego here? Spirit guides. The ego's here because you've got the Page of Swords. So it's wanting you to investigate, it's wanting something to be investigated, it's wanting somebody to look into something on more detail, basically. The Page of Pentacles, Page of Swords is like an investigator. It's someone who has new ideas about doing something, and it's like she's walking like a tight line across for like two bits of land. Do you know what I mean? She could fall in between, and this is going to make you feel very ungrounded, I'm hearing, see, by being on the tightrope. But it's like, this is her journaling, and when you journal, I think that you're going to start piecing things together, and you'll be a bit of like your own private investigator basically, and you'll have all these light bulb moments, like ding 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 ding. And look, these two wee birds here are like the two doves that's on this. Is it two doves that's on that? No, it's just one dove, but like that's like the wee birds that are saying ding 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 ding. That's bringing you to that place of peace, for you to find that mountain honey basically. And at the bottom of the deck, you've got the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups is like you thinking about like choosing to go there, to go deep into these emotions with this like rivery thing coming for this cup. And it's like, no, under all these cups are good things or good memories. Like you've got a snake, and what's that? It's like a bat wing or something. And you know that not all of them are going to be good things that you're going to go into. Some of them might make you cry and things like that. Just remember, when you do that, but that's you purging. You're purging all these things out, yeah. Snakes and ladders. So it's like, you might feel up one day and down the next day, and up the next day and down the next day, and things like that. So at the bottom of the deck on this one, you've got the Tower that's seriously, we've got the Tower there in reverse, but now it's upright here. So like when it's upright, it's kind of like, now like that way, it's kind of like you're resisting it, like I said. Now like you might be resisting the Tower, but no matter if you resist it or not, it's still going to happen. But this way, maybe it's kind of like accepting that you're having this Tower moment. Maybe you're accepting it now. You're accepting that this is making you feel chaotic and conflicted and in your head, and it hurts your head to even think about it, but you're accepting the challenge. It's like the lid is being lifted off the tower. It's like, right, we're lifting it off for you. That's that ego up here. Like that's your angels and your spirit guides opening that lid for you to go into this burning building and actually face it. Why is this Five of Swords here for that one? The Five of Swords here is here because it wants you to face this chaos and conflict for the world again. We've got the world here because they want you to wrap up this cycle, completely wrap up this cycle. They want you to bring it to a completion. And do you know, see like, what was I thinking about there? Oh, my head's went completely blank. But anyway, it's kind of like you working through your transformation and like your karma, and it's like you've got to the end of that cycle, you've wrapped it all up, you've learnt lessons through all this. Do you know what I mean? You've became like this green man in here. The green man is like exceptionally, he's got like so much wisdom and inner knowledge, do you know what I mean? It's like learnt so much for that situation. And at the bottom of the deck you've got the Ten of Swords reversed. Did you have the Ten of Swords somewhere? Oh, it was at the bottom of the deck when we first started, wasn't it? Your tarot cards. So you've got the Ten of Swords in reverse now. So, basically it's like, that's saying if you're resisting the Tower reverse, because this Tower is in reverse here and you're resisting this Tower and you're trying to block it from happening, and you're trying to block yourself from reflecting, from going within. It's basically like you're blocking yourself from being able to progress and start like looking towards like a new beginning in your life. You will still stay in this pain, you will still work hard like this Scorpion, but you will always still reflect back on that pain that's burned you in the past, that deep, deep pain that's burned you. You will always look back on that if you don't face this Tower, do you know what I mean? So my advice to you is to really go within, journal, observe your thoughts, your feelings and everything, all of it, just everything you write, observe it, feel it, really feel it. Honour yourself, forgive yourself, have compassion for yourself, basically I'm feeling. Why is this Tower in reverse here? Why is this Tower in reverse for Capricorn? You've got two cards here. The Tower in reverse is because the King of Wands is like you basically not taking leadership. It's like you're not, he's in reverse. It's like maybe being like a bit overly ambitious with your work and no facing this. You think it's going to get you out of this Eight of Swords. And I'm just feeling like you might think that, but in the short run it might feel like that, but in the long run it wouldn't. Because the Eight of Swords in reverse talks about escaping and freedom and things like that. You think that if you just be overly ambitious on work and, I don't know, basically leadership, because the King of Wands is like him leading, so you could be like a boss in your work or whatever, you're focusing on work, you're being overly ambitious in work. But at the same time, that's him doing that so that he can escape this Eight of Swords. So basically what you're doing is, when you do that, it's like escapism, and then you end up feeling like, I don't know, all I'm feeling is like you'll end up exploding, this King of Wands in reversed. When he's overly ambitious like this for a little while, eventually you'll explode. And see, when you explode, look, the Scorpion's tail, that's when you'll blow up at somebody because of it. And it's no because of what they've done to annoy you in your workplace, in your home, whatever. It's because of this past situation that's burned you in the past, and you're choosing to not face the Tower, not go within, not reflect. Do you know what I mean? So like that's them telling you what would happen if you resist this Tower. And at the bottom of the deck here, you've got the Nine of Wands in reverse. So that's like refusing basically to compromise now, and being stubborn and like not like facing all this. It's like feeling like you're not learning from the past, or you're not learning from like it's like a card in one of my oracle decks. It says something about taking advice, but where will it lead you? Will you listen? Because this is kind of like not learning from the past or not learning from advice, basically. So, why is this Ace of Wands here for Capricorns, angels and spirit guides? Why is this, did I say King of Wands? Ace of Wands? Why is this Ace of Wands here for Capricorn, angels and spirit guides? The Ace of Wands here is like that new beginning that you could have, and that new beginning to give to yourself, basically, and I feel like you, with this star in reverse, it's like you're having a lack of faith that you're able to give this opportunity to reflect to yourself and have this new beginning. And your angels, honestly, they're saying you do have the strength, and you need to change this star in reverse to know that you're strong enough to do this, basically. It's, the star in reverse is like a real hopeless. Now, like you're just feeling like you've got no hope for the future. It's like you're feeling hopeless because you feel like you can't give yourself this opportunity to do this. And the Two of Wands here, you've got the Two of Wands, it's like you looking out into the distance, can I do this? I'm at a crossroads here. I've got a choice to go left and I've got a choice to go right. Do you know what I mean? And it's like you've got an option here. You've got an option to make progress. But when you make progress, anything that is, see, like anything that we work really, really hard for, you worked hard for that. Do you know what I mean? And you deserve that new beginning. But see, when you try and pretend that the grass is greener and you look to the other pathway that's chosen, and the other pathway it's chosen is being this focusing on work and pretending and escaping, basically, your thoughts and your feelings, then now like you won't make this progress. You will still stay in that scorpion feeling where you work, and then something happens and you blow up with somebody. That's because you're, even though you're working to the point where you're trying to let yourself not think, you will be thinking about it in the back of your head and you just blow up at people. And so this is your choice. This is you having an option to make progress and see that the grass isn't greener. Like when you just say you're looking down to your left and you're like, I could just keep working and escape looking and feeling and writing about what's inside, the pain that's inside me. Or I can look to my right and I can look to my right and go, get right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take on Lorraine's triple dare. I triple dare you to go down that right path. And see if you go down that right path. Look at this. What's that? Oh, sorry. What's that he's got in his right hand? He's got the world. And that'll bring you, that'll give you the world. You will have the world in your hands. And I'm just hearing that song. I've got the whole world in. No, he's got the whole wide world in his hands. And that's that higher power. That's like your angels are looking after you. You will have the world in your hands. You would have brought this pain to a completion. You would have worked through all this, like with this spider spirit up here, all your unresolved karma, and worked through your dharma to get all positive karma, basically, for you, for yourself in the future. You can choose to go down the left path or the right path, but the right path is showing you that you've got your world, the world in your hand. Why is the world here? Why is the Ten of Wands here in the world for Capricorn? Oh. You've got the Nine of Pentacles. This is them. This is your angels and your loved ones in spirit, basically. Nine of Pentacles is them wanting you to be very independent and resourceful and stable, and the one I'm just looking at her standing in this entranceway, and it's like they're like, welcome to the right path. Now, like, once you've done all the hard work, like all these big sunflowers and pentacles, and she just looks like she feels like right good about herself, do you know what I mean? Because she's done it. She's done all the hard work by herself. It's not focusing, that's annoying. Why is it not focusing? Anyway, so basically that's like you getting to the point of freedom. That Nine of Pentacles is your freedom. Through this investigating, that eventually when you start to journal, you're gonna like do your own mini investigation in your own thoughts, feelings and things, and you're gonna have all these light bulb moments that it's like clarity, clarity, clarity each time a light bulb lights up. Do you know what I mean? And then eventually the Page of Swords, he isn't the best communicator out of like each one, obviously. You've got like your page, your knight, your queen, your king, but at the same time, so that's like you're not the most experienced in this subject, or what it is that you're going to communicate. So that's how it might feel a bit like you're a bit scared to date, because you've never really done that. Like, journaled your emotions or feelings or thoughts in such a deep, intense way. So it's kind of like you're feeling a bit out of your depth, basically, I'm hearing. But at the same time, it'll basically take you to this independent freedom. Why is the Page of Swords here for... Whoop. Page of Swords is here because while you are journaling your truth and you're getting these light bulb moments and you're feeling like you're really, really like immature, and I don't mean immature as in you're immature, I mean like immature as in like you feel like you can't do something because you've never done it before, to this place where you'll be the king, and the king speaks his truth. He holds his sword of truth, basically, do you know what I mean? And he holds it, and he like speaks his words, he speaks whatever it is that he's got to say, and he speaks it in such a confident way that he doesn't mince his words. He tells it like it is, and there's no changing what he's saying, because there's like, I'm hearing like the sword of truth now, like, because there's too many things tying up the truth. And I'm looking at all these light bulbs and they're tied together, and she's holding them in her hands. It's like you hold answers in your hands, I'm hearing. And when you speak this truth, it's going to lead you to this milk and honey. And do you want me to read a wee bit of the milk and honey card for you? What is the number again? 51. So that you can see for yourself. But milk and honey is just like getting anything that you've ever wished for, basically. Milk and honey. The taste of prosperity. Opportunities born of authenticity. That's that King of Swords. He's so authentic. He's so real, so genuine. Do you know what I mean? He's speaking his truth. So basically that's your opportunity, that milk and honey, you're going to get that from being so authentic. Nurturing abundance, trusting that your needs will be met. You've entered a sweet time in your life, enjoying the land of milk and honey that everyone wants to experience. It's an interlude that feels more languid and ambitious when all your senses are awake to the unlimited possibilities in the universe. These times are precious and only come when you're in your authentic zone, so you can't get the milk and honey. You can never ever get it if you're never going to be authentic and true and genuine to yourself and face your past. These times are precious and only come when you're in your authentic zone, wearing the world as a loose garment, not wanting yet able to be nourished in both ways. tangible and subtle. Abundance is an energy that you are a living part of. All your needs are being met. You are given the gift of nourishment in every form. And I don't know if you want to see, like, pause this and get the message, and I'll turn the page for you in a wee minute. Could maybe take a screenshot of it, of the page, so that you can read it all for yourself. Take a screenshot of them. There you go. Right, I'm not going to clarify that with the Kipper deck because I've took too long, but I'm just going to pull you 2 angel cards now. And then, so look for a sign. That's that tower moment that you're having. You're having this tower moment. That's your sign for you, from your angels, basically. Angels, please bring forward a message for Capricorn. Please bring forward a message from Capricorn. You've got don't stop. Oh, don't stop. At the bottom of the deck, you've got listen to your intuition, and you've got big happy changes there. And it says not the right time at the top of the deck. So now is not the right time to just focus on your work, focus on self, focus on what's inside you, and don't stop. And then you've got serendipity at the bottom of the deck. That's saying basically that all these different coincidences, it's like you're having like moments that are like just, it's like too many coincidences to be a coincidence. It's like synchronicities and things like that. So basically, let's see, it's lucky times. 4-leaf clover, you're going to have lucky times ahead of you if you don't stop. Angels and spirit guides, please bring forward a message for Capricorn. You get 2 there. You get 2. So you've got truth be told, card number 14. Truth be told is you telling your truth, you taking off that mask and looking into that window inside your soul and being this wise evil. And you're at that fork in the road. That's that 2 of bloody 2 of wands. That's that fork in the road, that left and that right I told you about. And it's card number 13. 13 is like this fork in the road is going to take you to like a death and rebirth moment. So your life will stop being in this way, and you will, if you take the right way to the world, you will have your mountain honey, and if you don't, you will just keep living your life as you have been, and it will be quite painful to live like that for the rest of your life. And this card is 14, and it's 14 is a temperance card. And can I just add in here, before I started your reading, when I was doing pre-shuffles, before I get any cards out or anything, I kept hearing balance, 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 and I'm like, balance. And I'm like, it's obviously, it's balance for like Capricorn, it's something to do with Capricorn. So like balance is like you tempering your emotions, feelings and thoughts when you're going through this like this change, this death and rebirth, and facing this like truth be told kind of thing. So that's your Capricorn, and I'll be back in November with your next reading, hopefully at the very beginning of it. And I hope you enjoyed your reading. Hope somebody can take this message, and sorry for it being so long, 50 minutes nearly. Bye.